Good afternoon to you all. We'll be waiting for 5 minutes, then start with the session. Please bear with us. Welcome to FICSI's pre-placement talk with Nestle India Limited. We'll start the session in a while. Please bear with us. Good evening, and we welcome on behalf of Team FICSI. We'll be having pre-placement talk by Nestle India Limited HR team, and they'll join us shortly. Before that, I would like you to see how to get yourself registered for this career fair. The career fair is scheduled for 3rd and 4th of February. Just give me a second, I'll just share the screen. This is FICSI's homepage, fixi.in. As you can see this red ticker which is running. If you click here, register for FICSI Career Fair 2023, you would be taken to the registration page. This is the registration page. For registration, you'll have to click this bar and they'll take you to the payment page. Now why we are charging 250 for the assessment. This is the assessment fee. Otherwise, the career fair is free for everyone. But there is a financials involved for taking online assessment fee, and of course the providing you with sample papers and certification. Will be providing you certification which should be unique. You may apply till 27th of January. You are requested to go through the details that is given below. The eligibility criteria are there. We'll be providing you with mark sheet. This is the details of the test that would be conducted on 28th of January 2023. It is a Saturday. We kept it on Saturday because most of you may have colleges from Monday to Friday, and the time is from 9 p.m. to 5 p.m. So, and we are thinking of extending it to late at night because we have requested our IT team to extend it till midnight. So the exam time will be 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. 9 a.m. to midnight. You can give this exam from anywhere. If you have a mobile or a tab or laptop, and your camera should be working because this test will be proctored. We'll monitor each and every assessment. Syllabus of the test, as you can see, general aptitude, fundamental of food safety and hygiene, and basic of food processing sample. The sample test you can see here. If you need to see the test paper, you can click here and there would be a PDF which contains all the sample assessments. It would be a multiple choice test. So again, I'll tell you, go to FICSI website, FICSI.in. This is the red ticker which is running. Once you click on the register for FICSI job fair, it will take you to this registration page where you can do the registration. And while doing registration, if you face any difficulty, there is email ID given. You can always drop a mail to us. Now we will wait for the Nestle team to join. So I would like to welcome the Nestle team on behalf of FICSI, and I'll do a quick introduction. So joining with us today is Miss Ansi Verghese. She is leading the talent acquisition team. Along with her, uh, Mr. S. Kamal, he's the manager, talent acquisition, Miss Prachi Chabra, HRBP, and Miss Cherry Sneha Vengra, factory HR manager. So I'll request Ansi to take it forward, and if she wants to share her screen, please.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
A very good evening to everyone. Okay, so just thanks for the introduction, Pushpita. And so we are four of us from the Nestle team. And what we are here today for is basically to take you through the journey of uh, what is the career, what is it that Nestle provides in the food technology sector, uh, and what is and to answer your questions as well. So before we set the context, I would want to understand from all of you, is this a complete fresher batch, or is it a mix of both freshers and experienced?
And see, this is mostly freshers. Few of them would have 1 to 2 years as experience, but it is, you can say 95% of them are freshers. And we'll be giving, after you are done with your pre-placement talk, we'll be giving them a chat, right, wherein they can ask you question through chat. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thanks. Thanks for the clarification. So, how we are going to move ahead is basically we have also invited two of our colleagues from food tech backgrounds who are working with us in our existing factories, who will come and share their journey and their experience with us. And basis that, from there, we'll take the session ahead, answer your questions, and we'll keep the session quite interactive. So, I haven't brought a pre-placement presentation of sorts because we want the session to be more interactive. And yeah, over to you, Prachi, Sherry.
Yeah, hello everyone. I am Prachi and I am the HRBP for Sanand plant. Here we manufacture noodles. And yeah, we'll be looking forward interacting with you with lots of questions and queries. And yeah, I have with me Sanju, who will be introducing her. She has joined recently and she's working here in supply chain. So maybe like Sanju, if you want to introduce and tell us your experience, how it happened and like how do you feel in Nestle? What's the experience and journey like?
First of all, good evening, everyone. This is Sanju Shivdas, and I am basically from Chhattisgarh. I'm being electronics and telecommunication, and I have 4 to 5 years of experience in logistics and supply chain management. And I've joined Nestle by November 22, and it's been 2 to 2.5 months being with Nestle. It's an immense pleasure working here. It's a great journey ahead, working with a great leaders, with so knowledgeable people with whom I would be able to get my part to be very clear from right from the base, because I have a experience in planning in store in warehouse, and I'm able to get it to the deepened part, and I am able to implement what I have learned. And yeah, it's a very good team, very supportive team. We are helping me in a very in every aspect. It's been beyond what I have expected. Here I'm getting beyond the response from the people, from the HR, from every one of the team, right from HR to our production or to the dispatch, everyone. So it's many people's dream to work in Nestle, and I'm living the dream. So it's a great pleasure working here.
Okay, great. Thank you, Sanju. So even Dolly is with us. So maybe Dolly, if you want to share your experience, how it was your like the Nestle journey with from your point of view. Dolly, are you like there? यहाँ से देखना डॉली दिख रही है क्या सामने वो
Hello,
या
hello, am I audible?
या हाय डॉली.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is Dolly, and basically, I'm from Jamnagar, Gujarat, Sanand based. Okay, so I'm local, but I have completed my graduations as a BSc in Food Quality Assurance from Agriculture University, and I have 5 to 6 years experience in FMCG company. I joined Nestle in April 2021 uh, as a packaging coordinator. But I was my background is basically food technologies, and the role is quite bit challenge for me. But the team and the line manager, the supports from the all entire team was so good, and support is so good so that I can beat that role and I can perform on that role. Currently, I am a RM coordinator and a SAP Globe super user, which gives me an overall personal and professional growth here. So it is quite good that you develop yourself in the professional and the uh, professional career, like, and I had great opportunity with work with Nestle. So thank you so much for the team and who recruit me here. So thank you so much.
Thank you,
All right.
Dolly.
So, thank you, Sanju. Thank you, Dolly, for sharing your experience. So, to give you the context, both Dolly and Sanju, they work in the newest factory of Nestle. Nestle has 9 factories in all, and this was a greenfield site in which was set up in 2019, and it got commissioned in 2021. So it's a 1 year old factory, and which currently produces noodles. And in the upcoming phases, the factory would be expanding to produce double the size of noodles that it is producing currently, along with confectionery, which includes our chocolate category, which is Kit Kat and Bunch. So, speaking about the remaining 8 factories, the oldest factory is in Moga, Punjab. We have Pantnagar and Samalkha factories as well in the northern part of India. In the southern part, we have Nanjangud, Bichulim, and Ponda factory. These are broadly coffee and confectionery factories for us. There's up in the north, we also have Taliwal, which is a noodle and confectionery factory for us. We have a couple of more factories which will come up in the next couple of years. So watch, I can't reveal too much of details around those, but uh, you can track us on the news channels and you'll get to know what those factories are for. And yeah, so that summarizes the 9 factories that we have in India. So in all this category, most of these factories are multi-category sites. And when I say multi-category, Nestle predominantly exists in foods, uh, confectionery, your coffee, nutrition, which is again both infant nutrition as well as geriatric nutrition. We also have, apart from these, there are other smaller categories as well, but these are the broader, bigger categories that we work in. Uh, Broadly, our factories are structured in a way that uh, the major functions that exist in the factories are basically production, quality, engineering, supply chain. And production quality and supply, to some extent, supply chain is where we look at people from with your background and expertise to come in and work with us in techno managerial roles, the way we call it. So basically, the technical expertise that you bring in, along with the managerial experience that you will develop while working in our factories, makes you or transforms you into techno managerial leaders for tomorrow. I would also want to share some of the success stories with you. People like you who from the campus with the same background of food technology and dairy technology joined us a couple of years back. And today they are leading some of the biggest functions like packaging, application groups, they're factory managers, they are category experts within Nestle. So Nestle has in the last couple of decades has always partnered with the food tech campuses and also invested in food technologists in order to ensure that the right quality product with all as per the safety norms, as per the quality norms is produced and is given to the market. So with that context, I would also invite Sherry to share a couple of words because she's leading the HR function for the Greenfield. I can't call it Greenfield anymore, but the newest factory of Nestle in Sanand.
Hello, hi everyone. Good to be here and connect with definitely the young energy that is out there. I know that in a virtual presence we can't see you, or hear you, but I think it is very important to connect with each of y'all and present to you the perspective and the changes that are happening in the industry. Sanand, being one of the newest factories, as Ansi already has shared, is not only in terms, of unique in many aspects. Digital definitely being one of them. The factory that will be set up over here will be one of the most advanced factories in the food technology space. But also what is unique about this factory is that it is with 60% diversity, female diversity in our workforce. The second unique aspect of it, it's a very young team. The average age is 21 over here. So you can imagine, right? Extremely young for, force. And even in I think the heads of departments, the average age would be 37, 36. I think that would be the average age. So you have young leaders, you have a young, dynamic team, which are hungry to learn and, kind of do something new. Very inclusive, diverse culture, as well as a team that is working in the most cutting edge technology. So that gives a lot of opportunities. I think it's not just about each of you all, being food technologists. You will grow, multidimensionally in every facet that will kind of multi-skill you in being those future techno managers, as Anshi spoke about it. I love the term. The first time I'm hearing it, and that's really clicking well. We have an entire team. Our quality team is fully female driven. Again, which is it's not just about us saying that we have diversity for the sake of diversity. We truly are leaders over here in driving that. That makes our entire flow. We have a very open culture. If you come over here, you won't think this is a factory. It is a truly modern setup. It is open spaces and open culture. Walk to the desk, or you walk into the room and you can speak to anybody freely. Bring in your ideas, work as in cross-functional teams, as we call it. It's about bringing agility, innovation, quickness in the type of solutions that you bring in. So it's a very, very exciting place to be, is what I can tell you. Right? You're always thrown with challenges. Some of them can be, you'll be bamboozled, but that will help you really grow and stretch yourself at an early age and an early stage. And that's, a fantastic space to be in. So, I obviously know that other factories have different dynamics, but here in Sanand, this is a flavor that I would like to share with each of you all. about what it is like working here. In the last 6 months, my own growth has been phenomenal, and everybody, irrespective of the challenges, I think they bring in a very positive attitude to it. They look at it as a way to, okay, I've got a challenge, let's try something new and let's kind of deliver on it and bring something exciting. And that's what a young team does, right? And a diverse idea and ideas, and you just grow phenomenally over here. So it's not going to be like this, right? I hope, like, I know you're all in food technologies, and you'll have seen the exponential curve, right? So that's what your growth journey is going to be here, the exponential learning that you will receive. So that's a little bit I wanted to share with everybody.
Thank you, Sherry. Now I have a question for all of you guys. If you guys are interested, we can go about the session in two ways. We can open the floor for questions and we can answer your questions, or I could take probably some time and briefly take you through some factoids about Nestle. So it's up to you. We would The session is for you, so it's up to you to decide. You can text in the chat window as well.
And see, let's take questions. Okay, let's take questions. Okay, so candidates, you may type your question on the chat box. We will take up question. I'm sure you all have questions, so I would like to request you not to repeat the questions, and whatever answer the team gives, Nestle team gives, please listen to it carefully. Let's not repeat the questions, okay? And ask only relevant question. The chat is open. Please type. Okay, the first question comes from Akash Agarwala. He's asking, what are the placement opportunities for a food engineer for 2023 passing out batch?
So let me take up that question. So for food technology, food processing, food engineer category, we have a couple of options depending on which basically what is the program, how is your construct of the curriculum, etc. So there is a Nesternship, which is basically an internship opportunity with us. So at times the Nesternship gets converted into full-time opportunities as well, depending on how they perform. So that's one mode for us to get into Nestle. The second opportunity that we have is through our GAT program, which is Graduate Apprenticeship Trainee Programs. So we tie up with certain campuses with food tech backgrounds, and they come and work with us for a year, and basis their performance, etc., we absorb them into our full-time roles. The third is we also have factory technical trainees or technical leadership trainee programs as well, which is slightly coveted program for select campuses, wherein based on a rigorous selection mechanism, certain people are invited to be part of the technical training program as such. So the three programs is how are the placement opportunities that we engage with in the campuses.
K. Yashashwi is asking, ma'am, what will be the salary, starting salary for a food tech graduate?
So it varies on a lot of factors. See, because different campuses have, based on the pedigree of the campus, based on the course content and the quality of the students, this keep on changing. Like I said, there are different types of trainee programs as well. So it can vary, but if I have to provide a range, our starting range is somewhere between somewhere at 6 lakhs to 7 lakhs per annum.
And see, we are doing a YouTube live as well, and someone from YouTube has asked what would be the qualification required for production procurement personnel.
So production procurement, I don't think the qualification is too much of a definitive factor. More than that, it's the experience and the experience in the procurement function and an exposure into the manufacturing function. So you could be from BCom, you could be a food tech person as well. However, if you have the requisite experience, you can be considered.
Okay. Vishal is wanting to know whether there is opportunity for microbiologist as well.
So microbiologists are hired. We do consider them for some of our quality positions. So yeah, so as and when the opportunity comes up, you can definitely apply for those.
Maitri is wanting to know whether there is scope for nutrition students as well.
So nutrition is an important category for us, and it's one of our biggest category as well. Nutrition, people with nutrition background, usually there are multiple career pathing that can be explored. So one, our biggest field force comes with a nutrition background, which is basically a nutrition officers. These are the ones who do the detailing of the products with the hospitals, doctors, etc. So that's one career path. Apart from these nutritionists are also hired in some of the health sciences team as well. Does that, I hope that answers your question.
Joshna Bora is asking, she would like to go into R&D, whether there is any scope in process engineers for process engineers.
So we do have a JRF program. That's how the trainees come and work in R&D. And at times, based on the requirement or the projects that is getting handled in R&D, we do open up certain fixed term requirements as well. And many campuses do participate with us, sending in their students, and they work with us for close to a year, sometimes even also for 2 years or so. Bases their performance and bases the availability of the roles, they get absorbed or get considered for future opportunities that might come up.
Okay, Shrestha is asking, she's a budding food technologist from Jain University. She would like to know what are the aspects of the company in Nestle Pet Foods in India, since it has 15.6 billion share in the whole sales of Nestle.
I will park this question for now. I might not be an expert to answer that question, but I will check with the colleague who can, if he can come in and answer that question for us. But let's park that question for now.
And see, I would like to know, okay, which are the location you are recruiting for currently?
So our current openings are are for different roles across all the factories. In a factory like, let's say, Sanand, where we have expansions planned for the next couple of years, the openings would be across most of the roles. In our well-established factories, it would be basis in couple of functions, let's say production or quality. Some of the roles would keep on coming up for recruitment as well. So the vacancies are broadly across all the factories. The volume might be different given the context of different factories.
Okay, so Nestle has multiple job roles available currently, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And see, Akanksha Shetty, she wants to know, can she shift from one department to another, and what are the requirements? And is she able to work in, she can work in different departments?
Yes,
Is
of
it
course.
possible
So
for?
one of the employee value propositions of Nestle is that there is no one recipe for you to grow in Nestle. Like you can be yourself and still grow in Nestle. So to give you an example, our sales head is somebody who is from a manufacturing background. So he's worked in supply chain, he's worked in a branch, and now he's heading the sales function. So there are various such examples where people have changed in the context of people with food technology background. We've seen people moving from factories to category teams, to application groups, to R&D, to quality. Within the factory also, they are fungible between production and quality. But all of this is contingent to performance and the learning agility of the individual.
Okay, Shweta Lina has 3 years of HR experience. So she's wanting to know whether you have any possible opportunity for her.
Might be a little out of scope in question in this context. However, you can reach out to Pushpita and she can let us know. And in case there are any opportunities, we can route it via Pushpita.
And Shahana, this should be the last question, I suppose. Okay, Ansi. Shahana is asking, she's a BTech student having basic knowledge about food technology. Is she eligible for this job role?
So there is a reason why we do not hire what do you call people other than food technology. It's not like we do not hire at all. It's like even in the production line, there is a section which is process related, food process related, and there's a section which is like filling and packing and more mechanical and engineering related work. But food processing is an area where you require the expertise and the understanding of how food processing works, and that's the reason we at times invest in people who have completed a full 4-year program in food processing or food technology, or at times even we go ahead and hire people with masters in the food technology program. So my recommendation would be if you can to complete the course as well, because for the current requirement, I think it won't be the best match.
Okay. So Yuvraj Ghosh is asking what are the qualities that you are looking for in fresher, and Srinivasan is actually echoing the same thought. He's asking what are the qualities that you look for in a food processing, food technology graduate.
So for this, I will echo the thoughts that our leaders keep iterating. What we look for in people. So one is basically fresher or no fresher. So one is the ability and the learning agility to understand the business, the dynamics of how the process technology and the business works in tandem. The second would be the stakeholder, like how open are you to collaborate within the teams, within cross-functional teams, and get your work done. So that attitude, that behavioral aspect is something that is given a priority when we look at candidates. And third is how well you can look at the situation data together and convert it into an insight which can lead to an improvement. So inciting, or in simple words, the bias for action along with that knack of converting the problem statement into solutions. So a combination of these is what we look, especially in the techno managerial roles that we hire for. I hope that answers your question.
Okay, thank you, Ansi. Thank you for your time, and thank you, Team Nestle, for having this session. I am sure these guys are looking forward to working with you all. They'll be applying for it, and thank you all. And I would ask the candidates to stay back for 5 minutes because we'll be taking you through the companies that other companies that are recruiting through this career fair.
Thank you, Pushpita.
Okay, thank you, Ansi. Thank you, Prachi, Kamal. Thank you, Cherry, Dolly. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Pushpita. Thank you for
Thank
arranging
you so
this. Thank
much.
you.
My pleasure.
Bye.
So candidates, apart from Nestle, there are a few very well-known companies which are participating, which are going to participate in this fair. Okay. ITC Food Division, they are looking for quality assurance manager. Wakefield Food Private Limited, they are also looking for manufacturing and production managers. LT Food, they are looking for in various profiles, manufacturing, quality assurance, production, procurement, and supply chain management. Most probably we'll have another pre-placement talk with LT Food on Monday. We will keep you posted on that. We have worked with Organics India Private Limited. We have Sodexo. We have Parisons, ICS Food, Gujarat State Civil Surprises, SITS Farm, etc. We have more than 25 company right now, and we'll be sharing the details of all those company. Plus, we are expecting a few more to join, and we are expecting Mother Dairy to have multiple roles for you guys. I would again ask you to please register for FICSI Career Fair and go through the NFPAT test. Now, you'd ask why NFPAT test is necessary, because when we talk to the HR, they say ki there are few things that the candidate should know. So this is a pre-screening process. There won't be any pass or fail in this test. We'll share the score of your NFPAT with the HR. So they would know, and the result would be section wise. That means what are the marks that you have scored in general aptitude, in food safety and hygiene, and in fundamentals of food. That will be shared with them. So if they want to, take that marks into consideration, that is up to them. Otherwise, there is no pass fail for this. But people who would score above 60% will be providing them a certification. People who would score below 60%, they won't get any certification. Otherwise, there is no pass and fail. Okay. And we will, after you go through the test, go through the pre-screening, we'll keep a session where we will tell you how to go about the web platform, because this is going to be online career fair. So we will have a session with our IT expert who would tell you how to log into the site, how to go to the booth, how to give interview, what are the things you should do, what are the things you are not supposed to do. And we'll be taking this session between 29 to 2nd. We'll let you know. Request you to keep an eye on your email, because every communication will be sent through the email. If you are facing any difficulty, you can always get back to us. There is an email ID given to you. Write a mail. We will try to act on it promptly. That's about it. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining this session. We'll expect you to join other sessions as well. We are hoping to get one placement talk with ITC Food Division as well next week. So keep in touch, keep the mails, keep an eye on your emails. And thank you. Thank you all. Have a nice day.